Let's talk for a second about what happened to the Giants last night because
God, I hate them.
They're bad.
you loved Dayball so much last year. Couldn't have him on God Bless Football enough. Just we're talking about how he was the quarterback whisperer who can fix recklessness, and now they're just bad. 10 sacks. That wasn't even his fault. Like, Daniel Jones wasn't good, but now you got him at $15 million this year. It's $47 million next year.
Yeah.
You're down 14-3 late in the third. You drive down. You're thinking, we've played like crap, but we score here. We can win this game. Pick six. I mean,
what's
I
he
hate
supposed to do, though?
Not throw a pick six.
I mean, he got sacked like a billion times.
He did.
Yesterday.
That's what Dayball
Their
said.
offensive
What are
line
his
is
pieces?
horrific.
Yeah,
Yes.
what is he supposed to do? Not to defend him, but like it's not all on him.
The Giants had Odell Beckham, and I am hard-pressed to give you another number one wide receiver that they have had in this century.
Sterling Shepard.
That's, yeah.
Darius Slayton.
Yeah. That's what you're choosing from, and 10 sacks. That's a bad combination. If you're talking about the Dolphin defense being designed, hey, pass rush and guys who could steal the football in the secondary, the way to not design your offense is receivers who can't get open and offensive linemen who cannot block with a quarterback who's going to turn the ball over if you give him those two conditions.
That offensive line was the worst I've seen in recent memory. And Daniel Jones is also a guy who needs that number one running back healthy. And it really hurts him for the
He
lack
is
of
their
a-
running back.
Well, he was
right.
like
Yeah.
he was so desperate.
Yeah.
And then Brian Daboll, the quarterback whisperer, is yelling in Daniel Jones' ear because he's so frustrated because his guy threw a pick six. Daboll, no coach in the league, I don't think, has the stock has lowered more since last season. He's the mayor of New York City last season, and now he's just another desperate coach who looks like a guy from a men's softball team.
Do we have accurate information here on Dayball losing more luster than any coach last year? Because I would say the disheveled Bill Belichick in general.
He's up there.
A lot of people. Stugotz called him overrated in a way that appalled Billy. And Billy is used to Stugotz saying perpetually dumb things. Called Bill Belichick overrated and said he should have to wait 10 years before he gets into the Hall of Fame.
I take your submissions and I raise you a Brandon Staley.
That's a good nominee. I might have said Sean Payton before he finally won a game. With a crazy comeback.
Dayball started the season in the first 6 quarters being outscored 60-0. And it is a special kind of hell, Stugotz, when you have one of these offenses. Did you give me the stat yesterday? I don't think you said this on air. That Kenny Pickett, 60% of his passes were behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
In the
Yes.
in the last game because he just doesn't want to throw it downfield.
So he throws it backwards.
It's so claustrophobic. So claustrophobic to watch. It's such a misery to watch offenses that play like that on Sunday, where you're throwing to Alvin Kamara 13 times and you're getting 33 yards from him.
They're playing a totally different sport. Like, sometimes you watch the Dolphins offense and the Niners offense, and you see these wide open spaces right in the middle of the field, and everything is humming, and then you have Kenny Pickett throwing it behind the line. 60% of his throws.
I think it was higher.
I don't think that was the whole game, but I think that's
It's
how
impossible.
they started the game, and it's where they got run over.
The Giants have been outscored this season 64-3 at home. If you take the 31 points they scored in the second half against Arizona, if you take those away, they've scored 15 points this season. I mean,
And
that's
again,
crazy.
Daniel Jones, $47 million against the cap next year.
And failing in New York is a special kind of hell. That's why what Dayball is going through is magnified. The Jets coach has a little bit of a pass because Aaron Rodgers gets injured after 4 plays.
Not much.
Yeah, not much. But the Giants coach, after actually winning a playoff game last season, if he doesn't make the playoffs again, I'm not going to say he's going to be fired in his second season.
He's not getting fired, Greg.
But
They were one of the final 8 teams last year.
I understand that, but now
he'll be
what
close
has he
to
done
getting fired.
lately? What has he done lately? That's the mindset in New York. You should know that better than anybody as a longtime Jets fan. New York has no patience.
No, I'm with you. It's a tough place, but again, he was one of the final 8 teams in the NFL last year. He's very friendly with Joe Shane. They both came down from Buffalo together, and so I just have a hard time thinking, regardless of how bad it gets, that he's going to get fired this year.
I really don't want Harry Styles and you to be breaking down at long length
football
whether or
talk,
not
Dan.
Dayball is on the hot seat or not. It's really not what I want to be doing.
I have a question for Harry. Harry, is
Brought it
Zack
up.
Taylor on the hot seat?
Zack Taylor.
He's the coach of the
Oh,
Bengals.
why'd you tell him that?
No.
Well, he's
wouldn't
not
have got
from
it.
Why
here.
would he
wouldn't
be?
have- Why?
That
Billy,
was a classic. I want to
Billy,
isolate Zack Taylor.
Billy, you had him cornered. Billy, go sit in the penalty box for 2
Right
For
on
minutes.
being a
the
good
hook.
teammate.
No,
The old
yes, that's
saying.
right. That's right. For
That
being a
move by
good
my
teammate.
dad was say the name back.
Right.
Zack Taylor.
Yes, that was a stall move by Greg Cody to try and.
For a minute, I was thinking of Staley, who's on the hot seat.
What is his first name?
Brad, isn't it?
Yeah,
Brandon.
Brad Staley.
Brandon. I call him Brad because we're friends. It's like a nickname.
What?
We will get to Billy's Marlins when he returns from the penalty box.
That's amazing. I do the same thing with those two head coaches. I
Yeah.
mistake them all the time. I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Why?
the Bengals and
What?
Chargers. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I don't know why. They're like the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
thank you.
think a lot of people are doing.
I'm telling you.
that. You already told me. I don't need.
One's
your
an
I'm telling
offensive
you there.
genius, one's a defensive guy.
Generic white guy paired with a quarterback from the same draft class. Okay,
Yes.
maybe I
Yeah,
see
you
what you're
got that
doing.
right.
Thank you.
Hello.
That's all coaches.
Hello.
Guy who looks like he might be wearing loafers in the photograph of a frame you buy at the store.
Yes.
Because
You're
they
coming
all
around.
generic coach guy.
Posing with a golden retriever and his family in a stock photo.
We can
Apologize.
find about a dozen of those in the NFL. But again,
Nope,
I'm
that's
not
Sean
I'm not
McDermott.
going to apologize because I don't believe anybody but you and Harry Styles over here is doing what you're doing.